Welcome, everybody.
To your cars.
Welcome to Italy for the first time in World Championship competition. The AT&T Champ Car World Series rolls through Monza, the Autodromo di Monza, the European Temple of Speed. 3.6 miles a lap around this classic European venue. Plays host to the start of the second half of the IndyCar World Championship in 2023. Welcome everyone to ABN Sports coverage of the AT&T Champ Car World Series and the IndyCar World Championship. It's time to get ready for some racing here this weekend. And what a thriller it is going to be. Rain put an overcast on the events scheduled to take place at Valkenburg. But we still have some action here in Europe to take care of before we head back to take on a race at Pocono. It's kind of racing at the front of the field, but it's not the defending world champion and the points leader at the front of the field here today. It's Sakura Shibashi and her new teammate Mia Valdez that'll lead the field to green here in Monza. It's been drama all throughout the month, coming off the end of May into June here. Last 2 weeks have been full of intrigue and mystery. But now here we are. Valdez now 100% firmly in the conversation, replacing Valerie Fang. An altercation at Chicagoland, what feels like ages ago, saw Cat Double Racing drop Valerie Fang. Mia Valdez, the 2014 world champion, has jumped back into the fold. Doesn't look any worse for wear here in Monza. Starting on the front row, starting in second alongside Ishibashi. It's an exciting time here in Monza. 30 cars to take part in this first event to take place in Monza, part of a 3-year deal. So let's go through the starting order to get ready for today's race. It's Ishibashi and Valdez at the front of the field. In row 2 is Natalia Vulicevic alongside Nicole Lechty. Then have to look a bit further down, you'll see Thomas Rogers alongside, I believe, if that is who I believe it is, give me 1 second to pull all this information up. That'll be Alicia Kovalkiewicz. Then row 4 is Wyatt Jones and Artyom Kozlov. It's an important conversation between Kozlov and Vulicevic. The championship points for Rookie of the Year contender has closed to 13. It is a very narrow window now at the front of the Rookie of the Year conversation between those two. Kozlov has the advantage, but has skid after winning the Indianapolis 500 back in early May. Can Kozlov get that momentum back? That's an interesting question that we're going to have to try to find out here as we get ready to go. Vulicevic starts ahead of Kozlov by a couple rows, but it's Monza, and we know what turn 1 at Monza can mean here tonight. Again, 30 cars all the way through. Both Frostfire racing cars made the field for the first road course they've attempted. Last time we saw them, they both made the field at the Indianapolis 500. And they managed to do so again here. The Slovenian team. This is as close to a home track as that team is going to get. Both Kira Moore and Naruto Takarasi in the field here tonight. We are moments away from hearing the greatest words, the most famous words in all of motorsports. So we're sending track signs. We get ready to send a command.
Drivers, start your engines!
There was the command to fire engines. The Chevrolet Camaro pace car will roll off. 30 cars getting ready to go here tonight. Mia Valdez, front and center with the attention, returning for the first time in 10 years to the team she reached the summit of the World Championship with. It's Ishibashi and Valdez, Lechty and Velicevic, Rogers and Kovalkiewicz. Who makes history in Italy? Camaro pace car peels into pit lane. And it's a long stretch all the way towards turn 1. Green flag is in the air. And the Santander Grand Prix in Monza is underway. The rundown into turn 1 is a big one. Front 5, front 7, get through cleanly. 3 wide. It is Lucero in between Alexander and Kurichenko. Everyone gets through the first couple corners cleanly. Going through the second chicane. Heavy on the brakes. And around we go. Everyone kicking up dust further behind. Single file going through the Lesmos. As we kick things up here. It is Ishibashi. Then Valdez. Velicevic and Lechty. And Kurichenko center of your screen. Not Kurichenko, Kovalkiewicz center of your screen. Then Rogers. Everyone approaching the Ascari chicane for the first time at speed. A lot of excitement to get things underway here in Monza. Everyone excited to be here. And you see that in force. Side by side, it's the two-time world champion Andrew Draco defending from Natalia Kurichenko. Still side by side. Entering Parabolica. Car really wide. That is Lucero out super wide. And she paid for it. Running down the long front straightaway towards turn 1 once again. Now they're going to have a full lap of speed in these champ car machines. Porter leads. Trouble. Oh, that's Kurichenko. That's Kovalkiewicz in trouble. Trouble for Kovalkiewicz, the race winner last time out of Chicagoland. And that's going to surely be a retirement and a caution. Meanwhile, Valdez is taking the lead away from Ishibashi. Racing back to the line. Lechty has stayed ahead of Velicevic, has gotten back ahead of Velicevic. Rogers now attacking the race-winning rookie. A little bit further down the order, there is Artem Kozlov ahead of Wyatt Jones. Then Elise Alexander doing a pretty good job so far. Evangeline Porter sitting in 10th. Make that 9th place now ahead of Bianca Lucero. The San Marinian. This is effectively a home race for the San Marinian driver. As they roar through into Parabolica. Almost contact between Alexander in her sophomore season and Wyatt Jones, the 3-time NAMRA Cup Series champion, as they come across start finish. First caution of the night, an incident involving Alicia Kovalkiewicz, whose race will be over just a couple laps in. Here's what happened to Kovalkiewicz. Center of your screen, the Oculus 96. This is where Lechty made the pass to take third back from Velicevic. Oh, and That's a hard hit, hitting those tire barriers there. Not really anything Kovalevich did wrong there. Got sent in by Thomas Rogers. Running on board with Kovalevich. She gets tagged from behind by Rogers, who just sends it down the inside there. Unfortunately, the driver that did so well at Chicagoland, first oval race win for Kovalevich, now sits in retirement here in Monza. So caution out for the first time tonight, an incident between Thomas Rogers and Alicia Kovalevich. Sees Kovalevich out and Rogers in fifth. You'll have noticed the red wall Firestone Firerock tires on these cars. Soft compound on display here in Monza. We'll see how much of a difference that plays for the drivers here this evening. "53 laps, the race distance here in Monza, as they go through the Ascari chicane under caution here. Impressive stuff so far. Mia Valdez, front of the field. First time back in an open wheel car in 10 years. She's been in the Brazilian Stock Car Championship. She's been in the International Endurance Championship. And now back home here in Champ Car. Looks like they're going to take some of those fresh tires here. Give me to see if everyone comes in or if some people stay out. Looks like just about everyone's going to come down for service, except for Kinoshita and Cameron Jackson. They're going to stay out. Most everyone else coming down pit lane here. Everyone coming in for service. We'll see what that race on pit lane looks like. Very busy pit lane. Quick pit stops, getting everyone back out on track here. But it will now be Kinoshita and Jackson leading the way. Kinoshita in the 18, Cameron Jackson in the 19. Two different Honda teams. Captive Racing, the leading Honda team. Dragon Motorsports trying to aspire to become that level. And there's Sakura Ishibashi, who's gotten back ahead of Mia Valdez, who did not have a very quick pit stop. Dropped a couple of spots. Ishibashi, Velisevich, and Lecty all got ahead of Mia Valdez. Then there's the two of Thomas Rogers. There's Artyom Kozlov. There's Evangeline Porter. And Elise Alexander, then Wyatt Jones. Still in the top 10 at the moment. Going green at the end of this lap. First restart here in Monza. Following an incident involving Alicia Kovalevich that will see Kovalevich out of this race. little further down, this is going to be a very interesting game. Further down in the field, there's Wyatt Jones, Nistantaya Kurichenko, Bianca Lucero at home. As for Crane, two-time former world champion Andrew Draco in the mix. We'll have 29 cars on this restart. From Kenosha all the way down to Kage Kobayashi, who's going to be in the very back of the field here. Kenosha leads over Jackson. Two former world champions from the Grand Prix side of things here in Europe. Very familiar, the most experience of anybody on track here in Monza. They both know what it's like to win here. And now they're in position to try to fight for it again. Big question is, can they? Some very fast cars behind them. As we get ready to go. Here are 29 cars, one car out. Kovalkiewicz is out. Everyone else still running. And on the lead lap at that. Here to complete lap 4. Green flag will be in the air this time. Pace car is in, flag in hand. And we're racing once again. And they all fan out immediately. Lechty defending from Vulicevic. Everyone looking, going into the braking zone here. This is where it can get hairy, as we saw. But everyone once again navigating on this restart. Everyone navigating the restarts and the starts really well. That was almost trouble. That was trouble. That is a huge crash. Michelin and Quito more involved. That is Takarasi involved, the Captain Morgan machine. That is Von Sonnen, a huge crash. That is Maria da Mata. Everyone trying to make up spots here. Three wide on the exit of the Curva Grande does not go. Again, racing back to the caution here. Kenosha's going to have the lead. Jackson in second, trying to hold off Sakura Ishibashi. Lechty's defended fourth place. One more really big passing opportunity. That's in Parabolica. Ishibashi won't go for it. Lechty will close in. And the caution's out once again for a huge crash. That is this time taking several cars out of contention here. Michelin limping around. Takarasi still going at a decent pace, but you see the damage on her car. Von Sonnen, Damata, Quito, all of them had to tow. They were all stuck in the sand or completely damaged out of this race. You'd have to wonder if Damata maybe could continue. But that is a vicious crash. Michelin coming down pit lane now. And we're going to take a look at what happened here. He got a heavy run on the back of Shinichi Kamaya. And he just sends it three wide there. Kira Moore to the far other side, to the far right of your screen. Squeezes the two together. Know where Takarasi can go. Now I see everyone else running through, trying to make up spots there. And for those cars, it is a nightmare So caution out for the second time tonight. Everyone trying to be aggressive here in Italy. We're going to see some cars come in this time. So we're under caution for the second time of the night in quick succession. This time a really big incident, as you see on the replay. Several cars involved. Anastasia von Sonnen, Maria D'Amata, Asada Quito, Matthias Michelin, and Nera Takarasi all involved in this incident. Cars coming down pit lane here. Kenosha will come down this time, as will Jackson. Looks like several cars staying out this time through. Thomas Rogers stays out, Porter stays out, and will BK Glover. So two of the Team Impulse cars and the Atomic Autosport machine of Porter will stay out and inherit the lead here. Coming out of pit lane first will be Nicole Lechty. Interesting strategy call there. Jackson comes out second on pit lane. Wyatt Jones regains spots that he lost on that first pit stop. More cars rolling here. Takarasi got some repairs done to that 57 machine. We have more retirements. D'Amata, Quito, and Von Sonnen all out of this race. And you would have to wonder about the state of Michelin's machine, who is still pushing on despite carrying a heavy amount of the damage from the contact with Quito that spawned everything forward. Again, this is the field's first ever race in Italy. World Championship was never visited. Getting ready to go green, though, once again. Quick cautions here in Monza. It will be Thomas Rogers at the front of the field as we get ready to go. Lights out on the Chevy Camaro ZL1 pace car. So work to do for Thomas Rogers, Evangeline Porter, and BK Glover. They will lead the field to green here on the second restart of the night. Pace car pulls in. Waiting for the green flag to fly. And away we go once again. And everyone fans out the moment they got to the start-finish line. Porter pushing Glover out wide, looking for that second spot. And she'll get it. Oh, here we go. It's going to be trouble once again. More trouble. They still can't get clear. And we're going to see another caution here. That's Moore and Kamaya. Kurachenko got away with that one pretty well scot-free. Meanwhile, Thomas Rogers just had holding station there. Porter got clear of Glover, who has now dropped another spot down behind Lechty. Rolling through Parabolica now. Really good opportunity for Wyatt Jones to try to make a pass on Artyom Kozlov, but it will not happen here. So it's Rogers, Porter, Lechty, Glover, Kozlov, and Wyatt Jones. That's top five as we currently stand here on the third caution of the night. Again, another vicious crash with Kamaya and Kira Moore. Kira Moore, the Canadian rookie. Let's look at it from Kamaya's perspective, because it seemed like they almost had it pretty well taken care of, and then obviously they run out of room trying to avoid Kurachenko here. And that's just Lucero sending it in, and you saw Velicic did the exact same thing but got away with it. Not really a lot of good camera angles there, and that's where obviously the camera picked up on Kamaya there, and that's a hard impact for Kamaya. Look at that. There's Kurachenko in the 8. So keep an eye on that green Interstate Batteries machine. He kind of just gets put in the middle 3 wide there with Bianca Lucero. And Kurachenko probably doesn't realize she's 3 wide there at all, because she's almost clear of all of it. Obviously a blessing and not a curse for Matheus Michelin, who now gets a chance to repair his car. Cars come down pit lane once again. See who stays out here. This will be very interesting. Does anyone stay out here? We've had someone stay out the entire time under these cautions. Couple cars will. That is Ishibashi and Lucero. So a couple cars stay out here. Lecty gets ahead of Porter on pit lane. Then it's Rogers, Alexander. There's Asher Crane for Good Smile Rosgreaves. There is BK Glover. There's Wyatt Jones. Cameron Jackson back into the top 10. There's Mia Valdez. Esther Hofson. Kunika Noshida. Getting ready to go back green here. Andrew Drake a little bit further down in the order here. It's all going to be on Sakura Ishibashi's control. The pole sitter back in control. Pace car is in, green flag is out, and away we go. And once again, one of the best starts comes from the 78 Electi. Porter didn't really get anywhere to go there. Now it's side by side behind. Oh, in trouble. Oh, that's a huge crash. Michelin and Kurachenko. Two cars involved already in incidents. And that will end in Michelin's night. And we didn't even get to turn one. There's Takarasi still rolling. It is still a race. They have to race back to the line. But right now, Ishibashi back out front and clear so. with Lucero, then Lecty, then Alexander just behind. Watching as they go through Parabolica here. Oh, really good chance at a move. Teammates going at it here. Glover taking on Thomas Rogers here in Parabolica, the last corner. And I think Glover's got it. He did get it. So let's go back and look at lap. What happened here? This is between Michelin and Kurachenko. Michelin just tries to fade over. And that is almost a horrific crash. Obviously, you see the damage there. And now everyone rolling back here. And Lucero's going to stay out here. Looks like several cars are going to stay out here, actually. That is Lucero staying out. Alexander stays out. As does Asher Crane. Here we go. Another restart underway here with more cars out of this race. We're already down. I think we're down to 20 cars now. It's gonna be interesting. It looks like a car coming down pit lane. It looks like that might be Lecty getting ready to come down pit lane again. Looking for the down here as we get ready for this restart. It looks like it might be, yeah, it will be Nicole. It will be Lecty going down pit lane here. Pace car pulls in. Green flag in the air. Lecty down pit lane. Everyone else going. We are green once again. And it is going to be pandemonium all behind Bianca Lucero. Remember, they've tried going 3 wide a couple times here. Through Curva Grande. They will get through this one fine. Into the second chicane. Draco sends it on Hofson as Valdez tries to follow suit. Kenoshita and company clip the grass. Looks like those Ishibashi that also clipped the sand. Now through the Lesmos. Cameron Jackson trying to find his way through. But away we go. Down now towards the Ascari chicane. Side by side, teammates battling just outside the top 10 here. Asher Crane has gone to the front of the field around the rookie Bianca Lucero and Elise Alexander. There's Porter, there's Glover side by side. But now we have a race on our hands. Cars coming down pit lane. That is Kurichenko still getting repairs done. And there is the 21 of Marcus Petrovic. Petrovic just going through pit lane there. And then there's Lecty, who had to come down pit lane on the initial restart. Crane leads the way, though. Crane leads the way over Alexander. But we are green flag racing once again and in earnest. Approaching Parabolica side by side. It's, whoa, contact between Ishibashi and Rogers. Ishibashi leaned into Rogers there a little bit. Former teammates. Oh, trouble there. That is in the braking zone in the first corner between Glover and Porter. They both got away with it, though, unlike what happened to Kovalkiewicz on the opening couple laps. Side by side. Crane in the 80, Alexander in the 11. Still side by side, entering the Lesmos. Still side by side, Alexander wants the race lead. Alexander still bound for the race lead. They're still side by side, entering the Ascari chicane. And Crane's going to get the advantage there on the exit of the chicane. Now heading towards Parabolica. There is the 88 of Lucero, the San Marinian. Rogers in fourth. Glover's coming in. Down pit lane goes the 6. Ishibashi still trying to find and gain spots there. Hobson trying to get ahead and stay ahead of the 19 of Jackson. There's Kenosha in the 18 just behind as well, the current championship leader. There's a 77 of Leroux, side by side with Wyatt Jones. There is Velicevic, there's Keisha Fox, there's Artyom Kozlov, who's lost some spots. There is Nero Takarasi, still wounded from an earlier incident. Glover out of pit lane now. There is Petrovic. There is Mia Valdez. Alexander leads now over Crane, over Rogers, over Lucero, with Ishibashi in the top 5. Running out a little bit wide. Porter ran out even wider and is going to open the door for the 28 of Esther Hobson. Jackson's going to get clear as well. Kenosha's trying to do the exact same thing. A little bit of contact between the teammates there. Gotta be careful. A couple of cut tires already. That's why some of the drivers coming down pit lane. That's why Glover came down pit lane. A cut tire. Bringing him down pit lane and out of the sequence here. Rogers trying to pressure Alexander. For everyone just tuning in, this is the Santander Grand Prix of Monza, race 11 to 20 in the 2023 AT&T Champ Car World Series season here on ABN Sports. Right now, it is Elise Alexander leading the way, the sophomore driver, looking for her first career win. If she can hold on to it, a lot of laps left in this race, though, here in Italy. Then there's Thomas Rogers in the 2. Rogers peeking to the right-hand side. Not close enough to make anything happen there. As for Crane in third. Good smile, Rosgreaves on the podium as things currently stand. Trying to make work happen there. Sakura Shibashi just went wide, as did the 88 of Bianca Lucero. Jackson and Kenoshita following each other as they're picking off spots here. It's been a frantic opening stanza to this race. 8 retirements out of 30 starters. 22 still running. From Alexander all the way down to 22nd place, Nicole Lecty. Keeping an eye here at the front of the field, a little bit further back. Battle between Esther Hoffman in the 28 and Evangeline Porter in the 81. Porter hops over the curb. So does two-time champion Andrew Draco. Rex Riley in the 72 trying to battle with the 20 of Draco. Wyatt Jones in the 25, battling longtime season rivals here at this point. A lot of back and forth between these two. A little bit more back and forth here heading down towards the third chicane. Here on lap 19. LaRoe gets around Vilicevic further on in the back here. Meanwhile, Lucero's dropped all the way back. As more cars lingering, some cars that had cut tires there on that initial restart, with Lecter being the last car running of the 22 still running in this field, all of them on the lead lap at the moment. But they're all spearheaded by the 11 of Alexander. Multi-team battle at the front of the field. It's Stryker Motorsports, Team Impulse, Good Smile Rosgreaves, Cat Devil Racing, and Dragon Motorsports in the top 5. Here comes the Toyota on the inside. That's Rogers. And that Reese is number 2. A little bit of contact between Honda teams, and it sent Sakura Ishibashi out wayward. Ishibashi having to go back around. Didn't want to cut the corner, but will lose several spots there. Got completely shunted through turn 1 by Cameron Jackson. And now Ishibashi on the way backwards. And they're going to throw the caution for it. So we are going to get a reset here. Approaching the end of the first half of this race. And we're going to rack them up and try it again. Thomas Rogers will come away with the race lead out of this. Alexander went from the race lead almost out of the top 5, battling with the veteran of Porter. And Porter gets clear. That is for the 5th position. A lot of ebb and flow there. Keep an eye on Wyatt Jones looking to the inside of Porter, Alexander, excuse me. And Wyatt Jones makes it easy work. Entering Parabolica. Caution's out. They will race back to the line here. Draco got around Alexander as well. So Alexander shaken big time by the sin there by the 2 of Thomas Rogers. Rogers, then Crane, then Cameron Jackson, the top 3, under our 5th caution of the night. Expecting most of the field to come down pit lane this time for service. A lot of cars coming out pit lane. A couple cars not. Looks like at least Alexander stays out, as will Esther Hofson here. Three cars stay out. Looks like that is also the 88 of Lucero stays out as well. Lights out on the Chevy Camaro pace car. Cameron Jackson comes out first in pit lane. Then it's Glover. Then there's Keisha Fox. And the 16, Amia Valdez. Artem Kozlov. There's Rex Riley. The 84 of Natalia Kurachenko. The 57 slides through there. A couple cars getting through as well. Ahead of Rogers and Porter there. A lot of work to do. Still a car in pit lane. That is Petrovic in pit lane still. He's got to get a roll on because there they are through the second chicane now. See if Petrovic is rolling. Petrovic is not rolling. Petrovic still on pit lane. This could be big problems there for the 21 after Kobayashi already fell out of this race due to a gearbox failure. Fifth caution of the night as we get close to the halfway point here. Chevy Camaro pace car leading the field around will come down pit lane this time. It is Alexander, Hofson, Lucero, top three. Camaro coming down pit lane here. It'll be on Porter's command. Green flag back in the air, and away we go. And immediately everyone fans out, and they will send it 3 wide immediately. Just get around. Alexander had a very poor restart there. Absolutely swallowed up there, Alexander will be. And I think there might be actually an issue there for Alexander. And Alexander trying to get out of the way there. It's going to give Hobson the lead. F1 gets through the first couple corners cleanly. This time, Hobson leads the way. Then it's Lucero. Then it's Glover. Then it's Valdez and Jackson, top 5. Glover for the back. Sin there in the inside lane. Rex Riley trying to get around the defending world champion. And will do so. Really good exit there from the second chicane. But blocked by Alexander. Keeping them side by side through the Lesmos. And Alexander is struggling big time. That 11 car not where it needs to be. It is a sinking stone in this field at the moment. There goes Rogers, who had a very poor pit stop on his last pit stop there. Through the third chicane, and now headed towards Parabolica. Alexander once again in trouble. And there comes Alexander. Alexander realizes there's a problem with her car, and in she comes. Side by side in front of the field, it is Hobson and Lucero going door to door, wheel to wheel. Jackson sent it in there on the exit of that chicane. Couldn't find any wiggle room to force a way around BK Glover. But away we go still. Through Curva Grande again. Rex Riley right in the heels. Right under the gearbox of Kenosha, the defending world champion, the current championship leader. Keisha Fox in the top 10 as well at the moment, sitting right now in the 6th position. Porter, not Porter, Kenosha taking on Kozlov through the third chicane. They'll go side by side, and Kozlov will win out. But a phenomenal drive there. Turn 1 once again. Really tight lead pack here. There it goes. Valdez around Hobson. Lucero leads. Valdez in second. Then it's Hobson, then Glover, then Jackson. Kenosha gets around Keisha Fox. Once again, it is the 72 of Riley trying to get around. Kozlov will do so, but will be held up big time by Glover, who went really wide into the sand on the exit of the second chicane. And wound up losing out another spot on that. for Marcus Petrovic in pit lane still. Talked about the tire issues that hindered him a little bit. They've reared their head again. I believe Petrovic may be back on track here. Keeping an eye on this battle at the front of the field. Kenosha sending it on Esterhofsen. And we'll take third away. A lot of really good battling. Once we've gotten the green flag laps in, been some really good battling. There is Petrovic back out on track. But now firmly off the lead lap there. There's Alexander, who had to come down pit lane under green. Ooh, Kenosha just hit the sand there, trying to defend third place now from Cameron Jackson through the Lesmos. And away we go. Jackson trying to battle for that fourth spot. It's teammate versus teammate there for Dragon Motorsports. Then you have Keisha Fox in the 62. Just outside the top 5 there. Artem Kozlov. There's Rex Riley looking to the inside towards Parabolica. Canadian driver tries to send it, but won't. And that's why Keisha Fox went a little bit wide, touched the AstroTurf, slowed down a little bit. And now it gives both Kozlov and Riley a chance. Riley spreads out, looking to go 3 wide towards turn 1. This is going to be spicy. 3 wide. Through turn 1 under racing conditions. Do they get away with it? Just barely. Oh, that's not great. Cars in the wall. Fox and Kozlov. They kept pointing in the right direction. Is it enough to stay green, or will the caution come out for it? We stay green. Lead of the pack. Kenosha trying to make it to the front. Has gotten around Mia Valdez. Now looking to get around the rookie leading the race at home. Huge incident there between Kozlov and Fox. Being pushed 3 wide there. In that situation, they kept it pointing in the right direction, but how much trouble is there going to be now? Kenosha looks to the inside of Lucero. The defending world champion has slaughtered her way to the front of the field. We have crossed the halfway point. Kenosha trying to defend there from Lucero and from Valdez. Jackson, there is Thomas Rogers getting around the 28. Sakura Shibashi looks to the inside as well, trying to make it a 2-for-1 special. As the top 3 try to keep us away from the rest of the pack. Ishibashi does find a way around the 28 of Hofson. Fantastic work so far. Working lap 28 of 53. Kenosha now with clean air. He's going to try to waltz away with control of this race. Then it's Lucero, then it's Valdez, then it's a space until you see Cameron Jackson and Thomas Rogers go at it with Sakura Ishibashi in tow. Almost 3 wide. Ishibashi wanted to make it 3 wide, but will have to sit and wait. Is she going to be aggressive? No, she'll sit and wait as Cameron Jackson goes wide into the AstroTurf. One position picked off there for Ishibashi. Can she grab another? Cars coming down pit lane. I believe pit lane is open. Remember, these cars are on these soft compound tires. Not as durable as the primaries. And there goes the 17 of Ishibashi around Thomas Rogers. Meanwhile, side by side, Lucero trying to defend from Mia Valdez. Valdez on the inside will take second place away from the 88. Car off track, that's Rogers. He'll lose several spots. And he's still in trouble, running wide in the Lesmos as his tires try to clean off. It's Asher Crane he's dealing with now. Keisha Fox just came out of pit lane. Was that a damage issue, or was that a pit stop for tires? Everything we're going to find out imminently. What does the race leader do? Race leader staying on the course here, staying out. So will Mia Valdez. So will Lucero and Ishibashi. So Keisha Fox stands alone in that regard. But Ishibashi now looking at a podium. Just having to get around the 88 of Lucero. Poised to do so. Meanwhile, Porter tries to get around Jackson entering turn 1. And both of them will be successful in that endeavor. Glover trying to defend there from Wyatt Jones. He'll stay ahead for now. Car in pit lane, that was Kurachenko in pit lane. So some of the wounded cars making early pit stops here. Front of the field, it is Kuni Kinoshita leading the way. Then you have Mia Valdez and Sakura Ishibashi. It's currently a cat double racing 1, 2, 3. The returning Valdez trying to defend from Sakura Ishibashi. Doing a good job to defend so far. That's almost contact. In comes Valdez. Valdez, and so is Kinoshita. Ishibashi stays out to keep the race lead in the hands of Cat Double Racing. Ishibashi looked like she had the best pace of those that were going to stay out, and now she's got the clean air to boot. So Ishibashi leads the way now as pit stops now firmly underway. Ishibashi is pulled away massively over Lucero. There's Rex Riley in third. There's the fourth place car of Cameron Jackson. There is the 77 of Leroux. Then the 78 of Lechty. Side by side, Jackson and Leroux with Lechty in tow. And this is all for position at the moment. Lechty's recovered nicely. Who all comes down pit lane this time? Looks like Leroux's going to come down this time, as will Lechty, the teammates for Highlight Racing in pit lane. Meanwhile, Ishibashi stays out another lap. As more cars come down pit lane. There is Kenosha, who we think is going to inherit the race lead here once pit stop cycles have been completed. There is Leroux, side by side. There was Porter and Valdez. Ooh, Valdez and Porter right to the gearbox of Leroux. Leroux defended from Porter, but Valdez will get through. Cold tires for Simona Leroux. Could not hold off Porter or Valdez, but gave it a very valiant effort. Lechty a lot more successful in her defense. Defending from Thomas Rogers. But again, we're still waiting for some cars to come down pit lane. There's Ishibashi down pit lane now. In comes Rex Riley as well, and in will come Cameron Jackson. Kenosha will take over the race lead once more, and we'll see what the gap is with Ishibashi staying out those extra laps. Kenosha with the race lead. Ishibashi did a really good job of closing the gap up there. Rex Riley somehow closing in on third place, but again, same situation that Leroux was in before. Cold tires versus very warm tires. Now Porter looks to the inside at Curva Grande. Can Porter get clear? Way better on the brakes, absolutely. Outstanding stuff so far. Green flag pit stop cycle underway and pretty well accomplished here. Browsing your way through, Artem Kozlov just kind of limping around and lingering. At this point, Kenosha set to once again climb victory lane as things currently stand. With 20 laps to go, we've been in this position before where it all falls apart for Honda powered cars. Does it happen here? Porter in third. Took a little bit longer to get around the 72 of Rex Riley. That's what Mia Valdez is doing now. And then there's a small pocket of 4 cars there. Lechty, Leroux, Rogers, center of your screen, and Cameron Jackson all in this group. And then another pocket of cars just down the straightaway here. Another pocket of 4 with Glover shadowing. It's Wyatt Jones, Natalia Vulicevic, Bianca Lucero, and Andrew Draco. And then you have some cars spread out here, single file. Some cars that have got varying levels of damage here. Keep an eye on this battle here. Rogers gets around Rex Riley there. Side-by-side battle there. That is Leroux and Jackson side-by-side. The Red Bull car of Leroux, the Napa car of Jackson. And then Lechty, that orange and white TE connectivity car. Shadowing Cameron Jackson here as this group sort of thinned out, everyone put together, and then far apart as both Valdez and Rogers run wide in Parabolica. Rogers in the 2 machine. Rogers get around Valdez there with the 72 of Rex Riley not far behind, staying in touch. Side by side, once again, it is Jackson versus Lechty, and Lechty gets through on the front straightaway. Lechty did a great job getting around Cameron Jackson, now trying to follow Leroux, her teammate there, in battling with Rex Riley. There is just beyond off in the distance. That is a 13 of Natalia Vulicevic, who, as things currently stand, will take over the lead in the Rookie of the Year standings if things hold station here. with 17 laps to go. With Andrew Draco just a little bit further ahead of this battle between Lucero and Wyatt Jones. Wyatt Jones had a really good qualifying position, so did Lucero. Both of them qualified top 10, but strategy and pit stops have not gone their way. Side-by-side battling so far. There's Glover in the 6 as well. There's Petrovic. There is the 28 of Hofson. There is the 84 of Kurachenko. All eyes are going to be on Kinoshita, who's got a 6.5 second gap here so far. Kinoshita doing a fantastic job. There's Sakura Ishibashi in second place, doing a good job as well, recovering from some of the calamities early on in this race. There's Porter in third. Rogers and Valdez pulling away. And then it's still line of stern between Lecty, Leroux, Rex Riley, Cameron Jackson, and Natalia Vilicevic. Still expecting one more pit stop cycle out of this race, with everyone on the soft compound Firestone tires. Question is when that pit stop occurs. Vilicevic trying to get around Jackson will do so here on the exit of the chicane. For Vilicevic, that is a move for 9th place. Andrew Draco in 11th. 12th place is where you'll find Bianca Lucero. Glover and Wyatt Jones. They're battling for 13th place at the moment. Not a bad effort. The last one's really battling here. Marius Petrovic off the lead lap. 15th is where you'll find Esther Hofson at the moment. Keisha Fox in 16th. 17th is where you'll find Natalia Kurachenko. Now Takarasi in 18th. 19th is Artyom Kozlov. And at least Alexander Lascar on the lead lap technically right now. About to go a lap down. So driver center your screen. Kuni Kinoshita, who is leading with authority now in this race. A former winner of the Italian Grand Prix, now looking to win in Champ Car Machinery in 2024. And she has been lights out quick. Alexander goes a lap down. Porter in third, keeping distance to Thomas Rogers. Valdez in the top 5. A fantastic debut for Valdez as things stand. Valdez in 5th place, pretty well isolated. There's the teammates there for Red Bull Highlight Racing. Leroux right now currently has the best over Lechty. We've not seen that too awful much this season so far. Obviously, Lechty kicked off the season with the win. Elizabeth's gotten around Rex Riley, now climbing up towards these two Chevrolet cars at the moment as things currently run. And comes Draco into pit lane. Is the pit window now? Draco thinks it is. And that could be critical. See if pit stops happen this time for the race leaders. We'll kind of browse our way forward. Kenosha stayed out, so has Ishibashi and Alexander. However, Porter does come in. There is Mia Valdez coming down pit lane. So some cars making that pit stop here with 11 laps to go. And that should be enough to make it to the end of the race. Esther Hobson running around on track. There's Mia Valdez out of pit lane now. But more pit stops incoming. There's Korachenko in pit lane. Does Kenosha come down pit lane next? That is the huge question here. And then they come. In comes Kinoshita. Does Ishibashi come in? No, Ishibashi stays out. Very much like the last cycle. Great check coming out pit lane on cold tires. May hold up Ishibashi just a little bit here. Ishibashi staying out here. We know Ishibashi's definitely going to be safe on tires here. Coming to 10 laps to go. And Ishibashi comes. Alexander should get a lap back here. In comes, that was Nicole Lecty in pit lane. And I believe it's going to be Rex Riley now leading the way. So Riley leading some laps here in this pit stop cycle. Kinoshita will be ahead of Ishibashi there. Then it's what will be provisionally a battle for third between Rogers and Porter. Porter leads the way. There's Rogers sitting on your screen. That Reese is number 2. And then you have Nicole Lecty. Then there's Mia Valdez. There's Velisevich. Then there's Jackson. Slow pit stop there by LaRoe. Keeps her ahead of Bianca Lucero with Glover there just in tow. Then it's Andrew Draco. There's Petrovic, who's 2 laps down. Then Wyatt Jones. Again, Rex Riley, the race leader at the moment, but has yet to make a pit stop here. And in comes Riley, with Kenosha set to retake the lead here with less than 10 laps to go. Kinoshita leads the way. Ishibashi will be in second place. Battle for third, the closest battle at the front of the field. This is for the last up of the podium as things currently stand. And this will be a very important one for Porter, who's going to lose points to Kinoshita, but will gain points if things stand on Rogers, Velicevic, and Kozlov, if things continue. We're trying to pull away from Rogers here to secure and solidify third place, if she can. Fifth place currently belongs to Nicole Lechty. But it isn't all straightforward there. There's Mia Valdez. There's Natalia Velicevic. Then there's Rex Riley, who's going to slide out and still get a top 10 out of this, if things stay as they are. That is there's a lot of sand kicked up there in Parabolica. No caution, so no long-term effects of that. Takarasi trying to stay on the lead lap here. As we sort of browse and peruse to the field, Wyatt Jones right now sitting in the 14th position. Not a race that he wanted after qualifying in 7th place. But otherwise, a satisfactory race. Showing some improvement on the road courses. There is BK Glover, the 6th machine, in the 13th spot, just behind Andrew Draco. Bianca Lucero qualified this race in 10th place. Sits 11th at the moment. Not bad for the rookie. Car off track, Cameron Jackson being pushed wide. By Simona Leroux, and now Jackson, I think, still struggling. There's Cameron Jackson right now. Jackson in the 9th position. Simona Leroux in... Actually, no. Simona Leroux's going to be in 9th. Cameron Jackson's going to be in 10th now. There's Leroux. Then Rex Riley. So still some open spots to battle for here. Speaking of battling, as soon as we're going to see Velicevic take on Mia Valdez, peek to the inside there, won't take it. Velicevic gets around Valdez there. That is for the 6th position there, just outside the top 5, which is currently being held by Nicole Lechty. Very close battling here throughout the field still. Everyone battling for something in this race. Kenosha, though, having control of the race lead, has put Takarasi a lap down. That's a car in pit lane. That is Alexander in pit lane with a handful of laps to go. Ishibashi giving up on Takarasi to put Takarasi even further down. Again, Ishibashi in the second position at the moment. Then there's Porter in third. Rogers in fourth. Fifth will be that of Nicole Lechty as things currently stand. And then it's a little bit of a battle. Everyone behind, at least Alexander, who just came out of pit lane. And it holds up Velicevic. Just enough for Valdez to have another shot. Valdez got around Velicevic there and Alexander all in one go. And now the challenge is on once again for Velicevic to try to make a pass on Valdez. And that is for sixth place, that battle. Top five pretty spread out as we browse and peruse through the field. Keisha Fox is dispatched. Esther Hofson. Quiet Jen sort of on his own little island here. There's Glover lingering further and further behind. That is Lucero and Andrew Draco battling here. Lucero find a final way around the former two-time world champion. Sure, showing he's still got some pace in that number 21 machine despite being laps down, 2 laps down to be specific. Still a good run so far in this race. The time is running out to make moves happen. Four laps to go here in this battle just outside the top 10. Cameron Jackson has fallen big time, as has Rex Riley, who's down in the 9th position. LaRose moved forward in this battle here. Velicevic gotten back around Mia Valdez. This is for 6th place. Can Velicevic stay there? Lechty seems pretty safe at the moment. Lechty seems safe to hold on to that top 5 as things look at the moment. Handful of laps to go here. 3 to go actually, with Kenosha already crossed the start finish line, putting Kurachenko a lap down. There's Rogers in 4th. Lechty's closing in. Lechty may have a chance to try to improve still on her position as things currently stand. This is not over yet. Not by a long shot. We'll see what she can do. She got to get around the 57 of Takarasi. There's going to be a minor roadblock here. entering the second chicane. I think Lexi is stuck behind Takarasi at the moment. Valdez staying honest with the 13 of Velicevic here. Coming to 2 laps to go. And this could be an interesting battle. This is 4/10. Teammates about to battle it out here a little bit. See who comes out on top between Jackson and Draco in this battle. 4 lead lap cars separated by the lap car Petrovic. Both of them go wide, really wide. And Draco comes in. Draco could not make those tires last 14 laps. They were gone. And now Jackson's got to worry about whether or not Glover or Lucero can get around the 21 of Petrovic. Oh, Petrovic's going to pressure Cameron Jackson. And Petrovic will go around Cameron Jackson with ease. And now Jackson's got no barrier between himself, Lucero, and Glover. That's a big ordeal right there. Coming to the white flag, 1 lap to go here in Monza for Kuniko Noshida. With an unassailable race lead. Oh no, Wyatt Jones, what's happened to him? Wyatt Jones out of fuel in the last corner. And that's going to do it for Wyatt Jones. He will not see the finish of this race. We're on the final lap, and it'll be Kuniko Noshida who takes the race win. If she has fuel in the car. It does not look like it'll be a 1-2-3 for Ketchup Racing. It will be a 1-2 if everything stays stationary. There's Evangeline Porter. Coming to the checkered flag around Parabolica for the final time. It's a return to victory lane in Italy. Kuniko Noshida wins the Grand Prix of Monza. Sakura Shibashi comes home in the second position. Evangeline Porter will round out the podium with Thomas Rogers in 4th and Nicole Lecty top 5. Out of the last corner will be Natalia Velicevic, Mia Valdez. and Simona Leroux, 6th, 7th, and 8th. 9th place, Rex Riley. 10th place will stay Cameron Jackson over Bianca Lucero and BK Glover. Cuny Kenosha, race winner here in Monza to extend her championship lead. What a drive by Cuny Kenosha. Dominant performance, dominant race win here in Monza. Kenosha, Ishibashi, Porter, Rogers, Lechty, the top 5, and Natalia Vulicevic in the top 6. In a fantastic turn of events here. Like a lot of cars were cutting it close on there on fuel. But it's Cuny Kenosha with the race win. Sakura Ishibashi in 2nd. 3rd place, Evangeline Porter. 4th place, Thomas Rogers. 5th place, Nicole Lechty. 6th place, Natalia Vulicevic. Mia Valdez on her return in 7th place. Then it's Simona Leroux, Rex Riley, Cameron Jackson in the top 10. Bianca Lucero and BK Glover 11th and 12th. Over Andrew Draco and Esther Hofson, with Keisha Fox running out the top half of the field. Artem Kozlov recovered to 16th place, 17th for Natalia Gradchenko. Nara Takarasi in 18th over Elise Alexander. Wyatt Jones in 19th is where he'll fall in this race. Marcus Petrovic, then Asher Crane, Matthias Michelin begin the list of retirements there. Crane, Michelin, Kobayashi, Kamaya, Moore, Damata, Kito, Von Sonnen, and Kovalkiewicz, the list of retirements here tonight. Phenomenal job here tonight as cars make their way back to pit lane. Artem Kozlov, the last car, trying to make it back to their pit box here. Not a great race for Kozlov in the Rookie of the Year ambitions there. But it's going to be all eyes on Cuny Kenosha, race winner here in Monza before the Pepsi 500 at Pocono in just a couple weeks' time. Second half of the season is upon us. 9 races to go from here. Can anyone stop Cat Never Racing in Cuny Kenosha? We will find out beginning at Pocono here on ABN Sports. On behalf of everyone here for ABN Studios and ABN Sports, thank you all so much for tuning in. Until next time, we'll see you later on in Pocono. Stay safe, stay healthy, have some fun. We'll see you next time.